Hello, everyone. This is the Free American Press with your host, Alexander Horat. I am sad to inform you, but this war between Russia and Ukraine is just a distraction to take away Americans' freedoms and freedoms across the world. So, we saw recently the protests in Canada, how the people were successfully trying to stop these mandates from going on and everything that was going on, and how this actually spread across the world like wildfire, going to countries like Austria, European countries, France, Paris. They're starting freedom convoys all of their own, all across the world. So the elites saw this and knew that this was a major threat to their power because the people were finally starting to take a stand against these vaccine and mask mandates. And they met in a boardroom and they said it's time to go to war. It's time to distract the people. Plus, we can make a lot of money off it, and just to cause more turmoil to get people, distracted with other things going on, and so people won't worry about protesting against their totalitarian regimes and getting rid of their totalitarian governments. And that's what happened. So Putin invaded Ukraine, uh, basically, and now he's trying to take it over. And now all the Western medias are just covering that. They're not telling you anything about the freedom convoys or what's really going on in the United States right now. And basically, everybody's just worried about that. It's a distraction. And at the same time, they're doing all this war and stuff. And basically, lives are being killed. Right now, they have a great opportunity because they made a great opportunity by starting this war. And now it is their time to strike. So, right here, that's where their social credit system, their outdoor prison, right here. A national vaccine pass has quietly rolled out, and red states are getting on board. So you thought your good Republican governor or senator is doing right by you, but that's not the case. That is not the case. They're basically traitors. To date, 21 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico offer accessibility to the Smart Health Card, a veritable digital proof of vaccination developed through the Vaccination Credential Initiative. So here's all the states. We see states like Missouri, Louisiana, Republican states. Oh, here's Virginia with their so-called new Republican governor. And we also see West Virginia, even Oklahoma. So all these governors are traitors, like North Dakota, and these politicians from these states. They're traitors. They've been bought off by corporations. That's actually a big thing. That these corporations, big corporations, and lobbyists actually fund both parties. I saw, actually they fund pretty much everybody in the California state legislature, regardless whether they're Republican or Democrat. You see PG&E funding them, all the same. So that really shows me that these parties are really the same thing. They're both for global communism. They're both bad. They're both for the social credit system. They're both for keeping you in an outdoor prison forever, so these elites can have control forever. And that's pretty much what's going on right now. Uh, there's already impressively widespread availability of the smart health cards in the US. More than 200 million Americans now can download, print, or store their vaccination records as a QR code. So pretty much what they're going to be having soon is a QR code printed on your forehead, so they can keep track of you and what you're doing. And this is completely wrong. And they're doing this under the table quickly, while this war in Ukraine is happening, and they're basically taking away our fundamental God-given rights, while the American people are focused on what's happening in Ukraine. This was all planned, everybody. Uh, this was a planned event because if you actually look at the breakup of the Soviet Union and Ukraine and all these different little countries around Russia, it was very odd how that was done. That was a planned thing too, to start more wars, I believe. Uh, it's pretty much that, and it's really unbelievable. And one major thing I have to say too, I'd like to say in regards to this and everything else, people are, Ukraine and everything. If Ukraine is really against Russian control, they can easily stop them from taking over the country because Ukraine has about the same population as Afghanistan, and actually Afghanistan had a lot less military preparedness when Russia invaded. So if the Ukrainians really want to fight to keep whatever government they have, they can easily do so. I think they can easily defeat the Russians, just like the Afghanistan people did when they tried their guerrilla tactics and fighting everything. But like I said, this is a distraction. They just want everybody to be focused on this, what's going on, and they're actually taking a lot of Russians' freedoms away as well. Not allowing them to protest anything. Putin's keeping things under complete control. So he's also using this war to his benefit to basically take fundamental rights away from his people. And it's completely against, our God-given rights and everything else. And we see the media is barely covering this. They bury this in the news, and they're pretty much saying Freedom Convoy spinoff leaves California, aims for DC. So they try to call it a spinoff. Not that they're fighting global communism or anything. They basically are trying to belittle what's going on. And this Ukrainian thing is basically just to stop this from uh, having momentum. And I want to tell you another thing too, especially in California. Like they say they're getting rid of their muzzle mandates and everything, but that's not the real case. Like they're getting rid of it supposedly, so people are getting happy now. But we actually see that they still have the muzzle mandate in the airports, and in California's case, they still have the muzzle mandate for school children in the schools, which is completely against human rights, in my opinion. And in everybody's opinion, it should be because it's just against human rights. So basically, they just want to make you a slave. They don't want you to fight. They don't want you to run for public office. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to try to take your country back. So I'm calling on everybody, please run for public office. We need to have people, we need to have good people in office because there's only evil people for the most part in public office who are just listening to a few corporate donors, their lobbyist groups, the people who give them money for their campaigns and give them kickbacks. So it's time for us, the American people, to start taking back our country. We actually saw it here in Shasta County in California. There was actually a small group of dedicated people wanting to take back their freedoms. And what did they do? They actually initiated a recall movement to recall their tyrannical board of supervisors who were voting for these muzzle mandates, these vaccine requirements, and everything else. A really bad board, not representing the conservative people, the freedom loving people in Shasta County. And they actually were able to get rid of those people and get good people on the Shasta Board of Supervisors. And we can do that across California. We actually saw that they got rid of some of their school board members in San Francisco. It's time to start recalling these government officials. And I know we can do it on the smaller stage, the local government. And that's what I really plan on doing is running for board of supervisors. And I have to tell you all that I'm not going to be able to run for state assembly, unfortunately, because it costs over $7,000. I don't have enough money, but I'm really passionate about helping basically save America, to save the world pretty much, and keep us out of an outdoor prison so we can actually have freedom. And so I plan on running for local office very soon, and I'll give you an update on that very soon. But basically, we need to start taking back our country. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. If you could please subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and if you could also follow me on my social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Gab, Parlar, minds.com. I'm on that Getter site as well. I'm trying to get all the information out. So I just have to say thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a good day, and God bless.